Hey guys, and welcome to the third week of the Antichess World Cup. I'm playing my dear friend from India, passionate player, very strong guy, who is also gonna be part of my Antichess Olympiad team, which I'm really thankful for. We also played in the Swiss stage. For those of you who remember and have watched the video on YouTube, then I won 5.5 to 1.5, but yeah, I really expect it to be a very close match today. We play all 10 games, so yeah, even if someone of us reaches 5.5, we still have to keep playing because in this case, it's also the tie breaks that matter. Yeah, so we played this one also in the Swiss stage, but and I took on h7, but I saw that it's like made in like 15 or something moves for black. Here I'm not entirely sure what I should do. I feel like g5, like his rook is pinned, so even if h6 king g7 happen, he'll have to take on f2. Maybe unfortunately, I'm not sure, but his connection is very bad, so I really hope that he doesn't experience some lags if we happen to be in a time trouble. Now king g7, rook f8 might be a threat, but I can promote to a knight. But I still feel that I have to play h7. Now the question is what to do next. Let's try to get rid of this bishop. But also I'm really stuck, to be honest, especially on the queen side. I can't develop this knight right now because of b5, a5. Yeah, not that great right now. But I feel that he has this game. I'll try to push. Yeah. Wait, actually, am I surviving that? Yeah, e4, I mean I can sacrifice e5 and f4, but I don't achieve much. Now at least I have rook d1, and I have to start pushing the h-pawn. f3 king e2, takes h4, promotes. Not very great, I have to say. Now he's gonna pin me. Rook g1 is coming. I'm not sure if I had to sacrifice the rook, but I don't know, I feel pressured because of the time trouble. Looks like a draw to me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Decent first game. Maybe he had the edge there. Yeah, but of course I'm gonna check the games after the match. Right, some really strong guys watching the match. Peanut Butter and Devan shows a circumference game. So he goes for c4. Let's play my ordinary stuff. And if I happen to win and like get some advantage in the match, then I can afford to experiment. Okay, so he follows Tetich, but Tetich goes for b4 here. B3. B5 is not good in this case. The rook is stuck here on a8, there is no room. So I feel that I have to develop it, but I expect knight b to d7, bishop b2, and then I'll play just g6. Yeah, let's go for that. Also, like if he happens to go with knight b5, I can just move the rook away from guarding the a7 pawn, and then I can just comfortably take with the e pawn. Right, g5. I feel that b5, knight takes, rook b8 here, rook b3. Or should I just block with d5? Yeah. Now I'm threatening b5 and e5. B5, knight b5, move the rook away, takes on a7. Actually, knight c4 takes, queen takes. Uh, yeah, this is what he goes for. B5 he's gonna take here, but then I can take on c4 and then pin his bishop. Yeah, the only piece that is not protected and he can take is my knight. But of course, if I really want to provoke rook a3 and also prevent rook b2. Yeah, I didn't play it precisely. I shouldn't have allowed king b4. Now my king is stuck. Nah, he has rook a8 now. F3 and rook a8. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah. Yeah, so just so bad. I missed king d2 there. King d2. Yeah, I don't know. I will look at it after the match. Not sure what I should play. Usually knight f5 is the main move. g4, knight g4, rook g1 is the most obvious sequence. But then like knight f2, rook g6, fg, king takes, queen f7. Yeah, let's just go for it. Like queen f7 shouldn't be that concerning actually. I can just move the king away and then just take with the queen. Or maybe king g1 is better, I think. So like I can stop moving the king away and respectively bishop h3. Yeah, queen f7, king g1 is what I'm gonna play. But if he plays queen f7, I really don't like this for him actually. Queen h5 I'm gonna take. Queen f7 is what I expect now. Maybe he'll try to play a queen race. But I don't like this for him if I have to be honest. Like he can take this, but I'll I'll start grabbing some pieces on the back rank. Bishop g7 loses to knight g7. Okay. He switches to e3 now. Queen g4, maybe he'll try to initialize a queen race. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with this one if I have to be very honest. Hey Monches, nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Hello my friend, I have to go, but I wanted to say hi. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. It's a very good surprise to see you here. F5 looks like a very good sequence here. Also like e4, I have bishop f5, e6, g5, knight f6 and so on. Hey Sid, welcome. Yeah, that's what I expected. But wait. Bishop g4 takes here, takes here, takes here. This should be a win for me. Somehow, at least. Knight d7 intermediate, if he takes. Also, I have king f7. King f7 is safer, I think. Okay. Let's try a4. Hmm. Yeah, what should I do here? Maybe just c4. Maybe that wasn't very accurate, like queen a5, king d8. But at least I think that if he starts getting closer to the b7 square, I have queen b3 there. I don't know, queen a4, also like he'll take on h2. Let's keep it safe, although I'm a bit concerned about this maneuver. Yeah, I don't know, I panicked. But king c7, I have queen b3. Yeah, my time management is just awful. Yeah, pinning the bishop, this is what I see. Threatening c6, knight d5. He's getting a bit stuck, if I have to be honest. No, there is like e5, what did I do? Just an awful play by me. Yeah, I was definitely winning this one. Yeah, I don't know. g5 surprised me because it pins my bishop. But maybe I just need to stand still there and do nothing. this looks okay if I have to be honest, like, yeah, and I missed that. Yeah, what an awful game by me. But he had to take the knight on b8, I believe. Wow. Yeah, I missed queen b1. Yeah, typical theory stuff here, but with perfect play, that's a draw. No, bishop b5 is a mistake. Yeah, I'm getting a better position here. Also, like, I have a huge queenside advantage right now, and his bishop is stuck here on f8. Let's try to expand. I was hesitating between knight c3 and now a4, knight a3. Eventually I have b6, a5. Or maybe bishop d2. Yeah, I'll try that. And then like b6, ab, bishop a5 here, then knight a3. So I can prepare, you know, knight a3 and that stuff. Like b4, and then a7, a8. So rook e1 now. Rook e1, b4. Yeah, this should be winning, I guess. Yeah, I believe it was bad for him, but like king c8 for example, then maybe just push a7. Yeah, more or less he's out of moves there. Let's try knight h6. we will get into a more positional game with maybe a slight advantage for him because of my double pawns here, but it's not as bad. It could be worse. Um, Not sure if queen c7 is right, but looks like that. No, actually, rook a7, he just has king d2, and then I'm worse. Definitely worse. Maybe I can also take on h2. No, I'm really concerned about c3 square at some point. Uh, I'll take here. I'll take here. Now threatening queen h2 and queen b1, but he has g4 in the meantime. But I'll take here, takes, knight g4, takes and takes. Still, like, the c3 square at some point is very vulnerable in my opinion. And I miss that, of course. Now I have to take the bishop. What did I do? I have no idea what did I do. I have to sack the bishop. Just g3. Now has e4, rook f3, which I missed again. Then rook d1. And then h4, h5. Oh man, why can't I win with black? What's wrong with me? Now I need to win two in a row to win the match. Insane. I can't afford to draw if I want to win the match. Yeah, this is actually the move Tugger played against PF in their semi-final match. Knight g5 is a huge threat right now. He can't afford to... Oh, but he can take with the king. Now rook e8 and just takes with the king. Knight c8, I think I'm going for it, for a6. Knight d6, I take. Yeah, and my idea with knight d2 was just to prevent e5. Because I have king d4 and c3. I had knight d4. I'm panicking so much. I'm not winning this match. Now I have to win. Yeah, I don't know what's just happening in this position. At least he doesn't have e6 and bishop b2 intermediate. No, I think this is a mistake. Now I can win, I think. Couldn't find the win there. I don't see it. Wow, saved the match. That was very close. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, this was it for this match. Not the great, not the greatest of results, but yeah. Still not a loss, considering the fact that I had to catch up at some point. Yeah, alright guys. Yeah, I will make a separate recording for the analysis part. Um yeah, so I have to tell you goodbye for now. Thank you for watching and see you very soon. Bye guys. Take care. Hey guys, and welcome to the analysis part of my Antichess World Championship match against Passionate Player. Before we start, I would like to say that I will try to make this analysis shorter because I have received a couple of comments under my YouTube videos that they are a bit long. So yeah, I will try to do that, but I don't promise because usually I have a lot to say, what I thought during the games. So yeah, let's see how this one will go. I hope you enjoy watching the analysis. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the last game we played. Passionate player opened with e3. We have the Polish defense by me. Standard stuff in here, king f1. A move that really surprised me. I wasn't sure what to play. You can see here that Stockfish recommends d6, but I played b6. And actually the idea with d6 is that after queen g4, bishop g4, white controls the e2 square with both the king and the knight, so it seems fine for black, but yeah, I just got surprised, as I mentioned. Um, we have b6 on the board, queen e1, another surprising move, g6, knight a2, knight h6, g4, Rook g1, knight h2. My idea was just to get rid of white's king. Yeah, so a couple of exchanges. We have e4, passionate threatens knight d4, and then queen a6 with eventually activating my white squared bishop on this diagonal here. But of course we have c4. I prevented knight d4 and I also pinned the queen. We have b3 exchanges, knight c7, just trying to place my knight both in the center and also like on the other side of the board in the long term. We have e5, king f7, b4, threatens b5, knight d4, queen e2, then I also attack the bishop on c1. Of course, if I allowed b5, this would be a win for my dear opponent. I played knight e8, I have no other move, no other square for the knight. We have knight g3, bishop a6, h5. I take some valuable pieces. And here, although it looks like this e5 pawn is really advanced and kinda dominates in the center and prevents me from getting well developed in the center, and also like the b4 pawn pins my bishop, I really believe that I have the edge here because it's a bit of an open position on the queen side. I totally control the queen side with my queen, so he's stuck here. Also, he can't really afford to play the bishop anywhere. Of course, he can push the d pawn because I double control the h6 square with my bishop and my rook. But yeah, here the thing is that after b5, I threaten queen a5 and b4. And then some possible threats in the center. My opponent played e6, which I believe is a mistake, and Stockfish also agrees with me because he really gives away his most valuable piece. And after I take with the king, he's basically out of moves. We have queen a5, b4, king d5, and here a crucial moment, I missed the win. I played bishop h6, but of course rook h6 was the winning move. We Yeah, if I had played rook h6, we have bishop h6, bishop h6, knight e7, d5, here, I don't know, knight h5, and then bishop a5, rook a5, and I would win the game. And if after rook h6 my opponent had taken on e7, we have bishop e7, bishop takes, bishop g5, all that stuff here, and after d5 he's not in the right time to sack something on my pawn. But I missed rook h6. I also had like 5 seconds. I was trying to figure it out. You guys see it during the game. Yeah, but I played bishop h6, and here I could see that I have nothing. We have d5, knight c7. Yeah, a winning position for my opponent, but it's also hard with a couple of seconds on the clock and also with that many pieces, in my opinion, especially the pawns. Mm, we have h2 here, rook promo, which he missed. Obviously, he was maybe hoping for a king, but a king would be just losing for him, losing for me, sorry. Yeah, here we have rook promo, and yeah, of course I saw that. Also I was thinking about a bishop, um, but I could also see that it's losing, and after a7, yeah, I have to move away the bishop, and then he comfortably promotes, and I'm losing the game. But after rook promo from my side, he wasn't fast enough to promote the a pawn, so after rook b4 he resigned, and I won the game. Okay, so this is the second to last game. It ended in a draw. Let's see what I could play better and respectively him. Yeah, typical standard stuff. very popular opening here and here. Unfortunately, I was out of book. I could remember that this was played in the semi-final match between the unknown Gary Born and PF, a move that Tugger came up with. I was commentating this match. You guys can check it in my channel. Yeah, I really didn't know at that time what to play, and yeah, after that I completely forgot to check. So here I was just trying to play the moves as in the main line. It kind of transposed actually with this knight maneuver here, knight e7, knight c8. Here after rook a6 um, I attack a7 and e6, which are both protected, so I'm fine. And here I missed a mate with rook f1, which is a move which I believe that without prior preparation in a bullet game, especially a human is not able to find. Yeah, I played g4 because I had 5 seconds. Yeah, I just tried to open up the king side more after g4 and h5. Yeah, I think that h5 wasn't necessary. He really opens up his king side and now his rooks are totally out of the game. We have knight a7, here knight a4, which again I think is a move that no human can play. It's really not logical from a human point of view. I marched down the pawn because I could see that knight g6 and potential king f7 threats would follow up, would come up. But yeah, of course I have his rook pinned. But it's a bit hard to judge. I just tried to play obvious moves and try not to lose on time. Here king f4, trying to suppress the knight, and also like kinda get closer to the d file, the a6, the e6 square, especially. Yeah, here just some moves which I played and tried not to lose on time. Here knight a6, of course I know it wasn't necessary because he can just take with the pawn, and then I don't have a proper follow-up. Here I missed mate in 9 with king f3, but I have just 3 seconds on the clock, so it's a bit hard to play properly. Yeah, here I could see that after e5, king f6, I was thinking that this is already worse for me because I have 2 pawns and he has 1 pawn, and he also has a bit of the edge here with this rook controlling the sixth rank and also the open f5, whereas my rook on h1 is very passive and also like it's hidden bit behind the h pawn, which I haven't moved. But yeah, he missed that. We have a4, king e3, I avoided e5 and king f6, of course. We have a3, king d2, a2, king c1, just trying to protect my back rank. We have king promo, c5, king b1, yeah, it wasn't necessary. e5, c6, yeah, just pawn pushes, bishop promo, and here I could more or less feel that it was a draw. And here after king f2, very nice move. My opponent managed to secure the draw, and yeah, we agreed on it. Okay, so here I had the black pieces again. My opponent opened up with e3. I played the raven defense and I was the game. Let's see what happened. We have a very standard stuff. Yeah, here knight a2, not very popular, but just g6 is a safe move because otherwise there's g4, knight g4, and rook g1. And after white takes on g7, my bishop will grab all white's pieces. So g6 prevents that. After g4, we have rook g1, knight f2, rook g6 I can take, and king f2 there is no bishop g7 threat. Yeah, so we have b3, a5, yeah, just expanding some pawn pushes on the queen side. Queen b3, although Stockfish likes queen c1, which is a bit I don't know, it's irrational in my opinion. Queen c1, I don't see how it wins. Queen b8, like this queen race, yeah. Of course, eventually he will attack e7, f7, and f8, which are all protected by my pieces, but also like maybe like do I have something like that? I don't know. Anyways, I'm not gonna dive into that too much. We have queen b3, queen b8, and now queen b8. I think it was a save option. I could see that I attack b1 and h2, which are both protected, so I decided to give it a try. But bishop b2 is something which I missed, because if I take on h2, he takes my rook on h8, and now I have to take a not protected piece, and I would lose the game. So I was forced to capture the bishop, knight d2, exchanges, e5, king c2, although he missed a mate. Yeah, actually it's logical because now b4 is a problem and also a3, these both squares, which are controlled by my bishop. But we have king c2 instead, knight g4, again he missed a mate. Yeah, but of course, all these moves that the engine says that are made, they don't really make any difference, at least to me. Yeah, here h4 and I resign because after rook d4 we have a5, rook h4, a6, and I have to grab the last pawn and yeah, I lose the game. Okay, so we have a game where I opened up with e3. He played a Polish and I won. Let's see what happened. I actually played a flawless game. Yeah, this one with a perfect play with queen f7 is a draw if both sides play perfectly, but bishop b5 is already a mistake. He probably didn't know that. Yeah, here I really believe that this rook is very bad. Knight a3, I prepare b4, rook e1, and here he lost on time because I'm pretty sure he couldn't find king c8 or king d8 on time. Otherwise, I have b4 and then I just run the a pawn. Yeah, okay. He opened up with a4 and I lost. Let's see what happened. Yeah, usual stuff. Nothing really specific to comment on. Here I played rook g8, which is a blunder which instantly loses the game. And here, yeah, I missed queen b1. Very nice find by my dear opponent. I really missed that. So he actually played a perfect game this time. I completely missed queen b1, otherwise I thought that rook g8 was fine. Yeah, and here after a couple of takes, yeah, here I lose the game because wherever I take, he doesn't have a follow-up and he's free to move whatever he wants. After rook f1, we have queen f4, c4, and a4. And if I take the pawn, we have bishop c4, a4, and queen a8. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to another game, which I lost again. I opened up with a4, c6. I wasn't sure what to play. I responded with a kind of symmetric pawn push. We have g6, b4. I'm just trying to expand some pawn pushes and gain some advantage on the queen side. Even though I have these pawns doubled here right now on the c5, I would say I kinda like this structure for white. Because the bishop was pinned and also this queen was a bit stuck. Yeah, here I really didn't know what to play. Bishop g2 is a very nice move. But c5 is not that bad as well. I mean, I pinned the bishop. It doesn't have any good squares. Yeah, I completely dominate here. But here comes the crucial moment where I panicked because I was really concerned about f3 and I totally oversaw e5, but it really looks very obvious to me when I look at it now. But yeah, I was really worried about f3, but yeah, e5 just stops e5 from black. Yeah, and now black is in a complete zugzwang. Yeah, all pieces are stuck, but I played knight f3, we have e5 of course. Yeah, and here I resigned. Yeah, I stalemate him and he's declared the winner. Okay, so this is again the game which we looked at. Yeah. Okay, so it seems that I have opened it twice. Um, I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we have e3 by passionate player again. I played a Polish and I won. Let's see what happened. Wow, yeah, I took the queen because I didn't really want to go for a queen race. I'm not sure what the result was. It was 1.5 to 1.5 at this time, so I didn't really want to risk it. Yeah, but after queen h5, it looks like this is mate in 18 for white, which my opponent didn't see. It seems that b4 first and then g4 was the move. Some strange follow-up here. I don't know. I don't understand that. Anyways, we have g4 right away, however, from my opponent. Queen g4, knight e2, bishop h3, attacking f1. Yeah, here a very nice intermediate by me. Yeah, very nice game by me, and here he resigned because I take his bishop and he's forced to take my rook or my pawn and he just takes all my pieces. Okay, let's go further. Here we have e3 by me, again the Polish by my opponent, but here instead of playing queen c7 he played another main line c4. Yeah, standard stuff, g6, e4, and here after queen e8 I was out of book. Knight f5 is the main line, rook h6, etc. This is the main line. But here after queen e8 I didn't know what to play, so I relied on my skills. Yeah, here some really wild position. And after rook a2 he resigned because he's gonna take all my pieces here. I also have d3. Then the black rook would totally control the fourth rank. Okay, so we have c4 by my dear opponent, passionate player, and I lost. Let's see what happened. Yeah, made in 24 black, but I didn't play it. d5 now. Very wild, in my opinion. But looks winning. Really looks winning. This rook is out of the game. Also, this bishop has no squares. The knight is very vulnerable. I can also start some attack with the f-pawn if I move my knight back. I guess this might be the move. So I can also prepare pushing the f-pawn. But I played knight b to d7 instead. We have d4, g5. Here d5 by me. Takes. Knight c4. I took with the bishop, which is... Oh, yeah, I see it. If rook a3, there is no knight c1, because there is a discovery of the white squared bishop. Okay, yeah, so this was kind of tricky. Yeah, here I got really panicked, and I had to play bishop to a3 and then king to e7, so he was forced to sack his rook. But after bishop b4 I can't play my king forward because now he also controls the a file with his king, so I would end up taking his pieces with my rook, and now I was really stuck here. I just didn't know what to do. Yeah, and here I resigned because after bishop takes, rook takes, he moves the rook away, I take the pawn, and after rook b2 he wins the game. Okay, so this is the last game I'm gonna analyze from this match. It's actually the first game we played. I opened up with knight h3, we have e6. As a response, knight g5, queen takes, b4. Yeah, this is the main line. Nothing very special to comment on. Many games played in this line. Actually, the wins for black are a bit more, which is a bit surprising. And here, while knight b4 is made in 13 for him, but he played rook e8, h7. I just wanted to avoid king g7 and rook f8 at some point. Yeah, but here I could see that I was already bad, but I managed to secure the draw. Yeah, but here yeah, I'm completely losing. Wow, rook c1, very nice move. The thing is that now I attack c7, b6, all these pawns which are defended by each other, and also the rook defends the c7 pawn. But I completely missed that. I thought I was losing whatever I play here. So I have knight a3 and I had 2 seconds on the clock. Just a perfect time management by me. b5, this actually is a wonder. He had to play rook f8, which is kinda logical because now I don't have enough time to move my rook away from the open file, and also I can't prevent b5 in any way. Yeah, but he played b5 right away. We have knight b5, rook d8, rook takes, knight takes, here e4. Here again I could feel, I could see that I was still worse. But yeah, here, well, yeah, knight g6, it would be a win for him. But he played rook g7, which leads to a draw. Yeah, and after king promo, we agreed on a draw. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, I tried to be not that elaborate. I also don't want to bore you. I don't want to make you desperate watching all these moves, all these games forever. So yeah, already guys, this was it for this analysis. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to provide your comments in the comment section below. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see you very soon. Bye guys, take care.